Hello everyone, and welcome back to another lovely, oh that is not lovely at all, to another edition of the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast. My name is Jake, but you can call me Twiggy.
I'm Netgear57. I'm back. I'm here, and I'm queer.
What's up? What's up?
And we got our special guest with us
Special
today.
guest this week is Divine, aka Mike,
AKA
I don't know his last name. Mike Divine, I think it is.
AKA the 8-inch destroyer. So welcome, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Good. Glad to have you on, man. Thanks for coming on. It's gonna be fun talking.
No worries.
Yeah, so we do have to stipulate, however, that if we don't ask you some questions, we are going to get yelled at by everyone.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. It's whatever.
If we don't get a certain amount of rude to you, it's gonna be hell. So
No,
it's all good.
Nah, we're fine.
Before we start here, how's my mic sound to everybody out there?
You sound good to me, man.
Okay. Because, I was loud last time, and it made everyone very angry.
Yeah.
With that A7S3, but connect mic. Did you say my mic is shitty?
It's not great, but
But it'll work.
is this like a MacBook mic or something?
It's an iMac.
iMac? Okay.
Yeah,
that's not that bad, but
definitely not the most divine option, but we can work with it.
it's definitely not Tommy's
I had a
spec.
mic, but it was super outdated, so I couldn't use it.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
So, Netgear, what did you want to talk about this week? You know, we got stuff in the news, obviously. We also have Mike here. We got questions for Mike. I mean, we can do what we want.
Oh yeah.
This is our party.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we always started off with the old gay or good. Oh, but actually, before we start gay or good, I think we should probably announce that we're going to change the name of the podcast to Fresh Oil, the Fresh Oil podcast, or Fresh Oil, the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast, something that.
I think the second one is what I want to do.
So Fresh Oil, the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast?
Yeah, but we're going to be doing a slight rebrand, but it's the same shit. Relax. We're trying to make it look better and be more professional.
And it's a lot easier to ask somebody, "Hey man, you want to come on my my automotive podcast? It's called the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast." What?
I don't know. I mean,
Fresh Oil sounds cooler.
Fresh Oil does sound cooler, but you do have to admit, that the internet car community has so many 12-year-old haters.
Yeah. So if we combine it, I think it sounds better.
12-year-old
Fresh
oil
Oil,
change.
the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast.
Yo, I got an idea real quick. Hold on. I have my old Xbox headset. I'm going to try and plug it into my computer.
All right, let's see if this works.
Let's see it. Yeah, let's see
Everyone, we're going to find out live.
I think I've tried an Xbox headset on mine and it didn't work.
Hey, Jason, thank you for the compliment on the podcast. Hey, Chad.
Is it any better?
It's different.
Oh, yeah. Jason Gustafsson. This is my favorite podcast in the world also.
It is. It's the best podcast in the world. Mike. All right, let's hear it, Mike.
Is it better or worse?
Wow. That's pretty divine. I'm not going to lie. That sounds good.
I guess it sounds better. Yeah.
It sounds a lot better.
It sounds a little hollower.
I can't tell who's being accurate and who's being sarcastic.
No,
I'm not
good.
being sarcastic.
It sounds a lot better.
If it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, I'm sorry.
I can hear the slight giggle in your voice, so it's making me curious.
No,
the giggle was something else. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so Netgear, you wanted to start off with gay or good?
Yeah, gay or good.
All
and
right. Hold on,
Divine wasn't here, 2 weeks ago. So we got to ask the obvious one to him. Mike, gay or good, the new Toyota Supra?
Okay. My thoughts on the Supra, I guess it's really just a glorified Z4 at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. Like, give it maybe a year or so. Like, once like it's released, and maybe there's a couple supporting mods for it and things like that, and you know, maybe it'll find a place like the FRS did and stuff like that. But now it's just like I don't know.
I saw a couple like renders of like what people would think body kits would kind of look for it. And I saw one that actually like it looked way better with this render.
Yeah,
Like
I think I saw the same one you're talking
you know,
about.
it must depend like how much of that is it like easily actually changeable and
Like it took
someone
that weird
does
nose
it.
away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean the nose I don't honestly really hate the nose that much.
I don't like it.
I just think I just look at it and I go like that. It just kind of looks like a BMW, like the
I
whole
mean,
car.
I wish that they stuck with the concept that they had, because
Yeah.
Yeah, the concept is way
was
better.
a lot nicer, and then they
It's
just
just the
came out with
ass
this.
just looks too short. It makes it look weird. It doesn't. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
When I think of a Supra, I think of a a big GT car, and that's not what I see in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
definitely more of a
the same.
sports car. Like I think they intentionally made it more of a sports car.
If they would have
Yeah.
named it Supra, I would have liked it. I'm sure, 100%.
Well, I mean, I think I think they did want to go with a sportier car because that's just kind of how cars have trended recently. I mean, even like a fucking like a Camry nowadays, like
Yeah, everything is angry and
yeah, like
fucking fast.
they're not like not
and-
even like soft anymore. Like you can't really get like that kind of same thing in cars anymore. So
Yeah.
Right.
you know, it kind of is like a modern GT car is just like a regular old sports car, I guess. I mean, it's not regular. I'm not saying the new Supra is going to be regular because the specs and stats and whatever they say are pretty awesome. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
look,
the
there's
render.
that picture. That's the
Yeah, that's the render.
that looks good.
That looks way better. But I mean, what is it doing? It has different headlights. It has a full
smooths
different
out the
bumper.
nose.
Why does it look like a Dodge Viper to me?
It kind of does.
It reminds me of a Dodge Viper.
It's like a Dodge Viper and a C7 fuck.
I've heard people say that.
Or a
Yeah.
C6.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at that render, and I'm looking at it as well. What things do you have to change to get that? I mean, that render it would have a new hood, a new bumper, new headlights. Like that would cost so fucking much, and that's just the front.
Yeah.
Like,
how much is this car new? It's like 50,000 or something, 60,000.
Yeah.
it's pretty up there.
It's probably going to be dealers probably going to mark it up at least 10 grand. So
Aren't they
I
releasing?
imagine they're going to be selling for about 65 to 70.
Aren't they selling a 4-cylinder like later on though? Like
I know it's in the
one?
Japanese market, and I read that it might be Japanese only, but who knows? Who knows if they'll bring it over here?
Yeah, I heard about that though, and I'd have to imagine like a 4-cylinder one of those if you can get it closer to like 30,000. I feel like a lot of people would want that over an FRS or a GT86.
I don't know, man.
Dude, if it's like 32,000, I mean it probably won't. But like if they can get it like really cheap just by using like a regular whatever engine, like a real base model, none of the cool features, but
They'd probably sell more without an engine.
no, they maybe
Like, swap in whatever fucking engine you want.
they should sell one without an engine
Because
everyone's
because
gonna
most
be
of
wanting
the-
to putting in a 2J anyway.
Yeah, all the 4-cylinder ones they sell are going to be the prime swap candidates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ford SUV performance model, the Escape ST or whatever.
Yeah, that's gay.
That's pretty gay. Yeah, so that was a really long thing. I guess Divine never said gay or good. I guess
He said gay.
Gay.
Yeah, I'd say gay at this point, until I like see it in person and can like actually like. I don't know.
I think that's huge. Seeing it in person. Like I didn't really like NSXs until I saw a few up close in person. I feel like they look way better in person. So, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's for everybody, including the chat. Gay or good stance cars?
Stance cars? Good for Divine.
Good for Divine.
Good for Divine.
They're gay.
Like literally just for stance. I'm a butthurt for practicality, so I do have to say gay. But like, I'm starting to try and not care too much about what people do to their cars and shit, because it's like, why do I care what they spend their money on? But I know
Damn,
it's hard.
gayer than Twiggy Merlin
No, it's hard.
said.
There's gayness
I'm
in there.
totally whole crazy camber shit that like I used to do. I'm not into that anymore. But I mean the whole bagging my car and stuff. I just wanted it because of the practicality, because I didn't want to destroy the underside of the car like I've done with all my other cars.
Yeah. No, that is, I get bagged cars, and I mean, already if you have a car that low, it's not like you're, fucking taking it to the track and shit like that all the time. So you can have a comfier suspension in general at all times.
Right. I need to find the adjusting dampener knobs for them so I can turn them up.
Soften them up.
Or
harden them up.
Harden them up a little bit, just so that I can have my ride height a little lower, because as of right now,
you don't have as much like suspension compression or whatever.
Too low is what you're saying?
Right. No, the softness of it is
it's
too
too
much.
soft. Okay. Yeah, I got you now.
Well, we got one good Divine, so you got somebody there on your side.
You got really overvoted on that one, Divine.
That's all right.
I mean, like, well, what? I know some of your cars, that level of stance, but like, is that like that's like the best for you? Are there like cars out there that have an amount of stance that you admire? Like, what do you look for specifically?
I mean, I don't know. I like my wheels and tires to just be flush with the car, and if you can get a little more out of it, I don't mind tucking wheel. I would like to do that with the Soarer just because it's bagged, and it doesn't really matter what the I mean, it does kind of matter what the ride height fitment looks like. It looks like trash right now because my it's all over the place, but I'll figure that out eventually. But I mean, I hate poke. I hate cars that have 2 inches of wheel and tire sticking out, and it just looks stupid.
Yeah.
Twig and I have talked about it before, and the thing that happens with poke is that people that don't either don't have the money to do it right, or just don't know how to do it right. They'll see a car on the internet and they're like, "Oh, I want to do that," so they just buy the widest wheels they can, and their fucking car ends up looking stupid.
If you have a stupid amount of poke because you're just too dumb to figure out the correct like wheel specs you need,
right?
Like, that's one thing, but if you're doing it on purpose, that's like, that's another thing.
I mean, I guess I can understand like
some people just don't know, and they're like, I spent all this money on these wheels, like they're going on the car. I don't know. I don't know how some people think.
Or like what else I don't like is when it's like you get like gay points when your fender sits between the lip of your wheel and your tire.
Yeah, I was never too much of a fan of that.
I don't like that. I just,
it's gay.
Like, I get it. You're like, oh, look, it's the ultimate low that it can be. Like, cool. What does that mean?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, and if I do happen to rub, I'm ruining my fender. Cool.
I mean,
my friend Brett, he's the one with the Volkswagen Passat, and his rear fitment is like that, to where the tire stretch has left part of the barrel revealed, and that's like where his quarter panel sits in. And like his whole quarter panels are just scuffed up and all the paint's gone. It's just like, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's like, for what at that point?
It ruins the car. Like, in not long either.
Right. I've never been a fan of it. I'd either like to sit flush with just the wheel, on the quarter panel, or just give it another degree of camber so that the wheel just tucks in nicely, and that's more than fine for me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like practicality. Like, I like the, like when you could just have like that race car look. But
oh yeah, no, totally. That's why I did that with my Civic, because I'm just over it.
Yeah, but like I always.
Did you raise your Civic?
I raise it.
Did you raise it?
Yeah. No, I got different coilovers, and then I got different wheels. I sold the work wheels that I had, and it was just I was just over it. Massachusetts roads are horrible.
Yeah,
Just as bad as
I live near
Connecticut.
Boston. It's just so fucking bad. Like that's why I won't lower my GTI, because I'm just like, I drive it in the fucking snow and shit. I can't really be snow plowing everywhere.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Yeah, like my amount of low is like probably high.
I mean, I also really dig rally cars, like actually built rally cars. I think they just look fucking badass. So I
they do.
really want to do that to a car sometime soon, way before I want to like slam something.
Not enough
Oh
slam.
my god,
Oh,
Tommy.
you're
Unbelievable.
Tommy.
We've got an invader here.
Enough slamming shit, you guys. What the fuck is all about? What that all about?
Yeah, unless it's dude slamming fucking ass, Tommy doesn't want in on it.
Exactly. Slam some ass. Who is Tom Brady GOAT?
That's me,
That's
bud.
Twiggy.
You said it,
why'd you
man.
change it?
Why'd I change it? Because it's the
Yo,
truth.
you sort of sound like Orion a little, your voice.
I sound like Orion right now? Fuck.
Say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, like that.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, dude, that's Orion.
God.
It was pretty close. Yeah. No, I
Yo,
agree.
Yo, Mike.
What, Mike? Or you're saying, hey, Mike.
I said, yo, Mike.
I missed that.
What's up, Tommy?
Dude, let's call some drama, dude. I hate you.
Dude, what the fuck? I hate you.
I hate you too, Divine Mike.
Jeff hates you too.
Shut up, Jeff.
Oh, fucking
junk.
Jeff shows up too. Wow.
Jeff through the wire over here.
Hell yeah.
Supposed to talk with your jaw like it's wired shut.
Go away. He just looks at me.
Is he fucking
What are we
solid?
talking about? Slamming cars and ruining everything about him?
Actually, yeah. How'd you know?
Hell yeah,
Is it
because
because
Mike's
it's
here.
Mike?
Of course, that's all I'm about.
Don't even come in here talking shit, Tommy, because
Just
Mike
wait.
would fucking deck you.
Yeah, he
He'll
decked the
deck you.
shit
We
out
all
of you.
know it.
Just wait
No,
till.
no one knows, but Mike did deck me off camera once.
What, like?
That's why he got fired. Everyone thought it was all these problems. I had to fire his ass. 'cause he hit me.
But
That's funny.
So, Mike, you want to give us a quick, maybe like a build breakdown of what you have done to the Soar so far?
It's right now. It's not too much, but I mean, I just have the wheels, the 326 power wheels. Suspension. Those were D2 bags. Airlift 3P. Instrument. Full hardline trunk setup with glow mounts. Vertex.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Vertex steering wheel, HKS pod filter, HKS mid pipe, front seats, and I think as of right now, that's pretty much it. Oh, the Starlight headliner. And then, but that's not a build thing. It's just a thing I wanted to do.
How much was that headliner?
$60.
Really?
One thinks that it's like super expensive to do. It's not expensive, but it's just extremely time consuming.
Yo, Mike, Red 10 said, I'm here to make sure you don't expose me, so please prove him wrong and expose me for all my problems.
I mean, I never really had problems with you. The main problem was just the scheduling with everything
Yeah.
in terms of like filming for you guys.
Yo, I
It
called
was just
Rodney,
me.
I called Rodney yesterday at 6:30 p.m. and he was just waking up.
Yeah, see, like that was what screwed it all up, because I'd go to bed at 4:30 in the morning and then wake up at 9 every day, and it was just
Right.
like,
Because you live in
And
Massachusetts.
that's how
Where in Massachusetts do you live? I mean, you don't have to say you're near
oh,
Springfield.
it's all right. I live like central Mass, so like near Worcester and stuff.
Oh, you're out near Worcester? Okay.
Yeah,
That's not too far from me. So yeah, you were
Right.
driving from there all the way to Connecticut every day too, right?
not every day.
No,
I'd go down in the beginning, and then I'd stay there during the week, and then I'd go home on the weekend and come back.
Mike, expose me and tell him who really had your back during those times when Chris would do that shit.
You did.
Oh, every fucking day I'd give Chris shit for making Mike stay up all late and just having stupid ass scheduling. every day.
Yeah, I mean, there were like times where Chris like tried to fix it and everything, but his schedule was just so fucked up from the get-go that he couldn't physically get out of it.
That's how Mike's fucking hair all turned gray from fucking working all those weird hours.
Yeah, it was bad. That was probably Chris's worst because he was never at this shop late, like ever, like never ever. He maybe maybe a couple times, but like he was regularly at that shop late.
Yeah.
Like
every day.
I think the time that did it for me, there was a night when Big White was working on his fucking truck and was like trying to get his drive shaft out or something. And it was like 30 in the fucking morning. I was like, all right, I can't do this. And I went to sleep. And for like the first hour and a half straight, it was just listening to fucking Sean just swearing and banging shit. And like the lights were on the entire night. Pissed off about it when I woke up. And then after that, I went home for the weekend and I was like, I can't do this. I can't go back. It was just.
It sucked. And I mean, Chris really, and like, I'm not trying to expose Chris, he really pushes his, like, I don't want to say power. He really, you give that kid an inch and he takes a mile in that scenario. Like yeah, for example, when we went to Florida, I mean, Mike knows, like, we went to Florida and I called Mike, like, hey, I want you to film this, like, Taylor Ray thing. Like, come down to Florida, or I'll fly you down, whatever. And when Chris heard that, he's like, oh, shit, like, I'll have Mike film for me. And I'm like, well, ask him, So Chris asks him, Mike says, sure, and he's going to go down and he gets some opportunities and shit. But then Chris was like, yeah, I'm going to try to bang out like 3 or 4 videos a day, and like had Mike working like, all day and then editing all night while we're in Florida. And I'm like, I said to him, like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm paying him. I want to get my money's worth, And it's like, then the day that I paid for, the reason Mike came down, Chris was bitching because Mike couldn't fucking edit his video because he was working for me, and that was the only day I wanted Mike to be there. Yeah. It was just that's how he was with Dom too. It was the same thing. Like he'd work Dom the same exact way. So I don't know.
Tommy and Divine, do either of you know of the Rolls Royce build?
Dude, I think I've seen that at is it around here? Because I think I saw it at
Bridgeport.
Yeah, I saw it at Caffeine and Carburetors or one of those.
I see the post. I want to click on it.
God save the EU.
It's for sale. Sell pants truck for it. Dude, he wants like I don't know who has it. They want like $19,000.
Is it fast?
No, actually, I think it was actually kind of like not that bad.
It looked clapped when I saw it.
It was probably fucking clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pictures, it's just like quarter panels are all cut up and sliced and shit, and
it's AIDS.
It looks
bad.
AIDS.
It's real bad.
Hey,
it looks like something Mike might build though.
He wishes he could build something this good.
Hey, Mike, you talked about Big White earlier. That dude looks like his farts are fucking rank.
He's a disgusting.
Yeah,
but he could deck you, Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm not one to talk shit about people or anything just because I'm like that kind of way, but was quite the fucking creature. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, hell yeah, he's a creature. That's a good way to describe him. I'm gonna bounce because I just saw you guys doing this. I have to do my own fucking live stream. But have fun.
All right,
don't do it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna do it right now and take all your viewers.
Fuck.
Oh, what a dick.
Everyone unsubscribe.
We are going to go live.
Well, we're live first, so.
All right. See Divine, tell all your stories about me.
Yeah, it's a perfect time.
Later.
See ya.
All right, see ya, man.
If you can figure out how to get out of here this time.
He did it. So, Mike, how did you meet, like, Orion and the crew? And, like...
Okay, that's a good one. 2016 was like when I camera and like started doing shit, and I think what started the whole thing was I think I messaged Orion back when they were at like the
Cornwall
Torrington house, the mansion.
Cornwall.
There was original house,
Cornwall,
the house they moved to that Orion ditched his mom at, and then the Cornwall house.
The one in the woods, the big house.
Okay, yeah, that's Cornwall.
Yeah, no, I had like messaged Orion and like I think I sent him like a Dremel or something for him to use, and then after that he followed me. I posted videos of me trying to make videos and stuff of cars and things like that, and he commented on one of the posts saying, oh hey, it'd be sick if you came and filmed us drifting or something, and I was like, cool. And then that I can't remember which one was first, if I filmed the Lock City thing first or if I filmed first. I think it was I think it was the little Miata first. I'll have to go back on my channel and look, but anyway, I went and filmed for him, and then after that, he kept in touch with me, and whenever they were planning on doing something that they felt they wanted filmed, he'd just text me and I would
Now I have a confession to make here, Mike.
go shoot.
I remember when you I think maybe you made like the GS300 video, or I don't know what. But you started like, doing stuff for Haggard. And and I was like, oh, who's this fucking faggot? Like, let me find his fucking YouTube. And I found and you had that. Do you still have that Del Sol?
Oh, I got rid of that.
Okay, you had that Del Sol, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this car is so gay.
Yeah.
And
You're not wrong.
And I linked your YouTube to a thread on 4chan, and I was like, oh yeah. I don't know if I pretended to be you or if I just posted it and I was like, oh, look at this. And then like a bunch of people went and like were like talking shit in the YouTube comments.
Really?
And then you like turned off the comments, and I felt like I laughed, but like then later I
trying to remember
bad.
what I made a bunch.
You're like you're a cool guy. I don't want like cyberbullying is fun, but it's really like in the end you're just killing yourself on the inside.
Cyberbullying is fun. That's great.
I'm trying to remember what video that was because I made quite a few videos with that car.
It was the one that started off like it was an air raid siren, and then what everyone kind of like latched onto to make fun of was that you had a scene where it was like, oh, it was like your nightstand, and then your big ass fucking vape thing was there, and then you grabbed it, and then like you vaped the smoke cloud, and it was funny.
Wait, somebody find this. I want to see
you
this.
You guys got to see it.
Somebody find this video. I want to watch it now.
But I mean, I apologize for doing that, man. Like I was just fucking around.
Oh, it's not you. When I was making that car and like just like throughout the entire process of that car becoming a thing, I got so much hate for that car. It became a thing for me, and it like mean anything anymore. When it got to a point, I was just like, oh, this doesn't affect me. I'm just gonna keep doing my own thing. And then, I finished the car, quote unquote, and drove it for a little while, and it was cool. Like that was my first car. That was my high school car.
Yeah, and I could tell.
I like learned how to drive in that car and all that stuff. And once I got older, like I just didn't want to drive around in that fucking car anymore. I didn't want my face to get out of that car and people see like who's driving it. It felt embarrassing. So I just stopped driving it, and then it sat for a while, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to sell this thing. I did. And now that I have the Soarer, because when I sold it this year, the money went straight into the Soarer, and I wouldn't trade that car for the Del Sol any day.
What engine does the Soarer have?
Twin turbo 1J.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's still mostly stock, obviously, but comparing it to the cars that I've had previously, where they've all been 110 horsepower Civics, going from that to a 280
it's like a fucking time machine, I bet.
To me, it's like I'm perfectly happy with it the way it is. And you know, the twin turbos, I think they're going at this point, because I burn oil pretty bad in that car. I'm not sure if it's maybe the weight of oil or something, or the turbo seals or whatever it is, but if the twins go, then I'll probably just do a single turbo on it. But
Yeah, and that's what people normally do, just because it just simplifies the entire thing.
right, exactly. And it just, I don't have any friend. Well, I do have one friend that has a single turbo SC300 build. They sound pretty fucking nice. I don't mind the way that mine sounds like either, but I also don't have an exhaust setup on it yet. So once I get that, then it'll be a whole different world.
Well, that's cool.
I don't really have an
Twiggy.
opinion on that car.
I honestly, I kind of like it. I was watching Mike's videos. It's too like the way it sits. I don't, I wouldn't have it that low. The wheels, I don't really care for the wheels, and then also
Yeah.
the steering wheel, I don't really care for the steering wheel.
Yeah.
But everything else is actually pretty nice on the car. I guess that it honestly doesn't. It looks pretty good. And Mike, do you want to tell the viewers here the intricacies between a VIP and stance?
Yeah, I can get into it a little bit. I mean, VIP kind of originated in Japan as like a Yakuza thing, where they wanted their cars to be flashy and stand out from the rest and just kind of be executive almost, in a way where like the interior is fully done up and like you get in the car and you're like, oh shit, like this thing is not for the normal person. And you know, then you got the big mob boss or whatever in the back seat. That's like kind of where it originated from. And they typically did it more so with like big body 4-doors, and that's like that's true VIP. I wouldn't call my car a VIP build. It'd be more of a VIP style just because it's not a sedan. Big body Toyota, big body Lexus, and that was liked about it. I've always loved big body cars.
So kind of like a pimped out Japanese like limo type thing.
Yeah, it was their way of getting a car to look really executive without paying ridiculous amounts of money. An exotic.
Check this out, Mike. You might like this. That's my Celsior.
Yeah, no, that's sick. That would be like the platform that they would start out with. That's like one of their cars that they would use a lot.
But I'm gonna keep it stock. I'm not gonna do anything to it.
No, I had a friend that had an LS400 and he loved it, but I have not had a friend that has had a Celsior yet.
I just really wouldn't ever see myself building any of those cars. Like, to me, it's just like, you know, it's a sedan, it's a whatever. Like, it's just a car to drive around A to B to me.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, that's kind of so foreign to me. Like, why I don't understand why you would buy one, because I just can't think of anything I would do with it.
Like, I like the whole VIP style thing, but I don't think I'm like one to go and put fucking tables in my car and stuff like they like.
Yeah, like the little
yeah,
like,
I've seen some of
whiskey,
those.
the whiskey bottles or whiskey decanters or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I have like the stitched B pillars and stuff on the outside of the car, and the interior is going to be like full leather and everything, but I don't think I could bring myself to put tables in
after
there.
you put the seats in that thing, because it had all tan interior before, right?
Yeah, it was all cloth.
Yeah, like the seats like just set it off. I thought it looked like really nice on the inside.
Sadly got quick release said the tables with drinks is weird AF. Borderline open container law. Fun fact, in Connecticut, passengers are legally allowed to have open containers. So
yep,
that's cool as fuck.
I think I remember Sean doing that once.
I've done that a number of times, but you know, that's just me.
I haven't. Never.
But I don't live in Connecticut anymore and don't want to ever again, so
There was a point where they me and Rudnick were like debating on getting an apartment when I was still filming for them in Connecticut. That way I wouldn't have to drive back and forth all the time. And I was debating on it, but at the end of the day, I just didn't want that to be my reasoning for moving, to be filming for them.
Now I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know that
oh.
area of Connecticut too well. Is that like kind of the middle of fucking nowhere?
It is, but it's also kind of nice at the same time because it's kind of like a small town. It's pretty quiet, so but you also have like, it's not like when you're in like northern Vermont and like the closest supermarket's 50 miles away.
Yeah.
It's, you got everything you need there. It's just a quiet small town.
Hey, Bernie in the YouTube chat's asking, who are your influences when it comes to your style? Do you have any guys that really inspired you?
Yeah. So if we were to go way back to, I guess, the Del Sol, the inspiration for that car would be my friend Johnny. His Instagram was Johnny Realo USA. He had that he fully rusted out, and that thing was slammed on the ground. I saw that car when I was like still a junior in high school, and I thought that car was super cool. So I wanted to kind of do it my own way.
Do your own.
Want to completely copy his thing, so I painted the whole front bumper and all that stuff, and obviously doing a Del Sol, and the car kind of blew up a little bit. It was a cool car, but I just fell out of it and didn't. For the Civic, I really couple dudes out in Japan that had EG coupes and Workmeisters and stuff. I never really saw one in person that looked good, so I've always wanted Workmeisters, and I always loved that color. And when I found that car, I was like, all right, this is the one. And I got it repainted and got the wheels and all that stuff, and it looked pretty good daily for all of last year. And then the Soarer, I don't think I really had an inspiration in terms of Soarer out there that I loved a lot. Part of the inspiration was just the whole big body car scene in general. I just have always liked it. The inspiration for the wheels would be Elvis. He's the founder of Stance Nation, and he had those wheels on his LS 400 a half ago, and that was where I first saw him. And I actually never saw these wheels in person before, so me seeing them in the box for the first time was literally the first time I
Like
ever
a
seen
big
them.
deal for you. Yeah, you're like, oh man, like I'm touching
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I've only seen these in pictures. Now that I'm seeing them in person, like the build quality is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
And
seeing something like mythical to you in person for the first time, like that's such a great feeling.
Yeah,
Like I remember.
it's like seeing boobs or something.
Yeah.
You ever seen boobs before?
Oh, definitely.
They're awesome.
They're sweet.
hell yeah.
But like pictures aren't as good.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Yeah, when you see them in real life, it's like, oh fuck,
Right.
I'm getting close to touching some. Oh, I mean,
Maybe
2019's my
maybe when
year.
you're 13, right?
Yeah, it's my year, dude. This is the year of the boob touch.
Divine. How difficult would you say was that Civic manual swap?
It wasn't difficult. We did a manual swap in the Del Sol, which was pretty much the exact same car. So it was pretty straightforward. I just kind of remembered everything that we did previously and did it again. It kind of hard was the fact that all of my friends that work at that shop work full time to the shop. So when they were there is when I could be there. So a lot of time during the week to go there and work on it. And it went a lot faster than the Del Sol's manual swap took, but it could have been done a lot quicker.
Okay, we've got a question here from the YouTube chat, Mike.
Yeah.
This is from Extreme Video King. Was income an issue when working with Rodnick and Tommy? Did they make any promises that were not met? How did things end?
Income wasn't really an issue. There were a couple times where I kind of thought that the amount of money that they were paying me wasn't really realistic, but then I kind of look back on the amount of work that I was doing for them, and camera recording in my hand all day long, and that's what I was getting paid for. You know, there was a lot of downtime in between filming and, you know, going out to eat and all this stuff. And I mean, in terms of a job, it was a really laid back job. So I don't think income was a issue. But in terms of just how things ended, like I had said previously when Tommy was in here, it was just the scheduling filming for two people at once when their schedules were so
complete
ass
opposite.
backwards. It was impossible, and I couldn't physically do it anymore. I was getting sick a bunch of times, just not getting enough sleep, and, you know, eating junk every single day, and it
wears on you. Yeah.
No, it's too
Yeah,
much, obviously. Yeah, that happens.
it was just too much. And then when Christmas came up and I went home to, you know, see my family and parents and whatever, and then, you know, when Christmas ended and it was like time to go back, I was just like, I can't do it.
Like you're dreading it. You're like, I can't.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do it anymore. It was just too much. And in terms of the stuff that they were having me film, like obviously things, when, like, if I had my gimbal and like my nice camera and stuff and they wanted like nice shots of a car, like I could obviously do that for them. But a lot of the time it was just like me running around with Rudnick's camera, just filming him doing things, which they can do every day. They're doing that every day already. You
Like
know,
most
it's
of the
not like
time
they
it
need
was
me for that kind of stuff.
It was unnecessary.
You know, they could do that stuff by themselves, and that's how they do it right now, and that's how they did it before. But I understand, like, you know, I'm obviously hired to film, so I should be filming. I just didn't think that like most of the time that my talents were being put to use.
Yeah, because
So
you're really talented, Mike. I mean, your edits, your camera work,
I
it's
appreciate that.
honestly really really good. Like you do with video what Tommy does with a penis. I mean,
It's
I'm
magical,
floored.
really.
Yeah, I'm floored
Oh
It's
my
by
an
what
God.
art.
you do. How long? Like what got you into? I guess like media technology, and
Yeah, because
how long have you been
I'm
doing that?
garbage at video editing. I
Yeah, like
can't
I
do that
suck
shit.
at it.
I'm
I'm bad.
terrible.
That takes
And I
that.
think I don't have the patience for it either. You got to have a
Yeah,
lot of patience to
that's
do
it.
editing.
So this goes back pretty far though. When I was like, I don't know, 13, I've had a YouTube channel since I was like 12, you know, and just been putting out, but I always like had a camera in my hand. And once like high school like hit and I was playing video games and stuff all the time, that just kind of led to me making of video games like all young kids do nowadays. It's just,
Yeah. Were you like recording the screen? Like,
yeah,
here's me fucking
I had a
getting the secret thing in Mario.
Dude, like when Red versus Blue came out though, that was like so fucking cool. You
Oh
know?
yeah,
yeah.
Like that, you know,
but
that shit, like that era. That was cool
right.
as fuck. So that's why you
My
did it.
with video games was Call of Duty. That was like what I was in, and I was in like a couple teams and stuff, and I was like their editor, so I was editing everyone's videos, and that led me to teaching myself how to edit. And from there I went to high school, which was a tech school, and my shop was a video editing shop for the 4 years that I was there.
Oh, so you did it a lot. You did it pretty much all 4 years of high school.
Yeah, so 4 years of high school for video editing, design work, all that stuff, and I kind of learned more from that. And then at that point I was like, all right, I know what I want to do. Like this is sick, this is fun, I like creating stuff, it's what I've always wanted to do. And that's why I'm stoked that my channel has kind of, that is what I'm doing, and I think it's sick.
So, like, I guess I'm gonna ask is how long would you say it took you to make like the first edit like that you were proud of? Like, how many hours of like editing
Oh
was
man, I mean,
and then compare that to like how long it would take you to do one today.
yeah, the videos that I made back then, like I would put weeks of work into video. You know, it was just ridiculous, and my computer was slow, so I like had to work against that, and it was just horrible. And I mean, now if you compare it to nowadays, I mean, I can make a 2.5 minute or whatever in like 6 or 7 hours.
Really?
Just like
that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. The only reason why it's 7 hours is because it's a lot of proof watching. You know, you make the video rough cut. You
Oh
go
yeah,
through
no, I know that definitely.
and then you proof watch it a bunch of times, make sure there's no weird jump cuts, or you know, your stabilization is all weird
Or
or
like
anything.
the audio doesn't cut out fucking for 30 seconds or something weird.
Right. You're just, you know, making sure the video is what it is, what it needs to be. Like the H2O videos and stuff, those videos take me like 2 months to make to this day still, because it's just so much footage, so much editing, color, audio, all that stuff. It's just that
I mean,
that needs to be worked
the
over.
H2O one I think was really fucking good. I
appreciate
really
that.
like that one actually.
Yeah, the H2O is a lot of fun. If I want to make a video this year, or if I want to just kind of go to enjoy the show, because when you're filming and
When
running
you're filming,
around,
you can't enjoy it. You're looking at
Yeah.
everything from behind a viewfinder or whatever.
right, you're spending your time just kind of running around the entire time, which I mean, you still get to enjoy the show, but you would enjoy it differently if you were just there to have fun.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that yet, and I kind of want to try it this year, just kind of go to enjoy it.
Yeah,
don't
Sergeant
know.
Macaroni
We'll
in
see.
the chat. He wants me to go this year.
Yeah, H2O is a bunch of fun. Another show that's like my top favorite of the year is Wolfsgard, which is up in Vermont, and that's like early August when that happens. But that's like shows of the year. You just spend 3 days up in the mountains in Vermont camping out, and during the day it's just a big car show, and you get to cruise around with a bunch of people in back roads and stuff. It's just a super fun show.
Hey, Mike, V Ro Roy
Yeah.
from the YouTube chat asks if there's any other builds to come other than the Soar, and will it be another import?
Okay, this is a good one. I would like to import something else. Right now, my plate's kind of full with the Soar, just because that car is how much money it is to work on an imported car. But something else, it would probably replace the Civic, and it would probably be either Del Sol,
Like a JDM Del Sol?
top and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That would probably be like what would replace the Civic. Another Honda. NSX is the top of my like build list, but that's a dream car. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, and the thing that sucks about shit like that, it's like you start earning a little bit of money, and you're like, oh, I can afford it now. Oh, guess what? The fucking price skyrocketed now.
Yeah, the more you wait, the more it costs.
Yeah, the more you wait, the more the price goes up.
Yeah, it's a double entendre. It sucks, but that's the way it is with import tax.
Now, what's your opinion on like JDM stance versus like Euro stance?
Are you talking about like the crazy cambered cars that you see in Japan and stuff, or like style?
Just like the two different styles that kind of, came about on their own.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture what Euro stance looks like. If it's just like, I honestly can't remember what Euro stance is for like summary wise. Is it like poke? Is it?
I guess I usually
Are you like
think
the rusted shit, like rusted Volkswagens? Is that what?
yeah,
you're
like rusted Volkswagens, fucking, sticker bomb bullshit.
Yeah, I mean-
Euro rice basically, right? But
Okay, yeah, Euro
ugly VWs. There you go.
just-
Bubger got it.
different parts of the world having different interests, I guess you could say. Like for America, it's muscle. For Japan, it's like all the, Nissans and Toyotas, Euros, all the European cars, and all those different brands and models and stuff. They attract different people that have different tastes and standards and all that stuff. And I would favor Japan over Euro. I mean, I've always liked Japanese cars over Euro cars in general, not bashing on anyone, but
No, you can bash on Twiggy. That's okay.
Don't bash on me. Come on, man. I'm fragile.
I have like 80% of my hometown friends are all Euro junkies, so I hear you.
I'm surprised they're
Brick.
not all like Subaru bros.
No,
here.
and in fact, I'm like the first one of my friend group to own a Subaru, which is weird, and I never thought that I would either because I'm not a fan of Subaru either, but posted a picture of Mighty Car Mods' Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I see that.
That's what I mean. Yeah, or like or Grillo's fucking Beetle.
Yeah. Grillo's Beetle was
That was
of my
so
Del Sol.
stupid.
It was so fucking bad.
Chris called me and he was like, "Hey, we got this Beetle, right? And we want to rust it." And I was like, "Okay. What do you do to do it?" And I told him everything. And I mean, in terms of like the rust, it came out okay. But just like the overall build of the thing was just.
I mean, I don't know if I want to be the guy that gets called when someone wants to make a gay car.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Hence why I sold the Del Sol, because
you don't want that attraction anymore.
No.
Hey,
no
Z Specs on the YouTube asks, "Will you ever manual swap the SOAR?"
I get that question a lot, just because when it comes to importing a car, autos are so much cheaper to get than manuals, and when you're looking at SOARs, manual in general is so much harder to find. So if I was to import a manual, it would have been
a lot
15,
more expensive.
Like a solid $7,000 more expensive.
Damn.
To find a manual. And at the time I just didn't have the money for it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get the auto. It's fine. And it is fine. The car runs and drives fine. I have no reason to throw it up on jack stands for a few months and rip everything apart. And I don't frankly have enough time during the week in terms of filming and everything to get the manual swap done quick. So I just kind of don't want to throw the car in the air. And
yeah, I don't see the point of it really. Like it's
you can enjoy the car. You can enjoy the car, or you can, wait to potentially feel no difference.
Right. I just don't see the need for it. That, and I mean, if you're comparing manual swaps for a fucking 95 Civic to there's going to be thousands of dollars in difference to swap the SOAR.
Definitely.
One, it's not in my interest. Two, it's not like something I want to pay for. And three, I just don't see the need to. So.
Yeah.
No, I get it for like a build
I wouldn't do it either.
And like, I'll bring the car to shows and shit, and you obviously get the people that like don't know shit about shit, and they'll just walk up, "Oh, the auto," and they'll walk away.
Auto tragic.
Hate the car, and ages or whatever. But
and then they get in the car seat and buckle up when their dad picks them up.
Like Z's comment, he says that he didn't know the manual swapping was expensive. A lot of times it's not expensive because you're just using, parts or whatever. But when it comes to the SOAR, I mean, if I wanted to use the factory manual transmission, that transmission alone is like $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah, it really depends on the car and if the manual transmission was like ever sold here in any numbers.
Yeah.
If it was sold here in many numbers, like you're fine, probably.
Right. I got the transmission for the Civic for free. Like,
Honda parts you can get them anywhere.
But a nice condition R154 is not cheap. and then all the stuff that has to go with it. And then once you do the manual swap, you got to bypass a bunch of sensors and shit because the car is made for an auto.
Yeah.
And it's just a headache. I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either.
No.
Yeah, just cruise it. Just cruise the car. It's
it's not. Yeah, you're not
that's
dragging
nice
it.
on
Like,
that.
why care?
Right.
okay. Orion's hair right there. Gay or good?
Orion's hair.
Yeah.
What do I think of it? Or
Yeah.
Just
gay or
gay or
good?
good.
I mean, it looks like Jeff's hair.
Oof.
Jeff's hair, gay or good? Jeff's not here. You can talk shit behind his back.
Jeff's not. Just never gonna hear this.
It's too much for me. I'm like
Okay.
I'm the gray-haired kid, so I'll call it gay.
Do you have Team Black Falcon asks, do you have any plans to film in Europe or Japan?
So I want to go to Europe so bad. I actually have a lot of family that live in Europe because I'm like 50% Danish. So I have a lot of family that's in Europe, and I've been wanting to go back. My time lately has just been busy with work and stuff. But this year I would love to go to Europe
I want to go to Japan.
or Japan. Both of them would be
I've been
sick.
to neither, and both sounds pretty cool to me.
I've been to I've been to Narita like on a layover.
I don't really
That's
count.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only places I've been to in Europe was Denmark, Sweden, and I think a couple like layover flights in Iceland.
Mm.
Other than that, no, but I would love to explore more of Europe and obviously Japan. That would be nasty.
Yeah.
I feel like you just need so much time in those countries to like even fully take in what you want to take in, though.
It's so different.
Yeah, it's just crazy different. Like, yeah, you can go to Japan and go to Tokyo and do like big city shit the whole time you're there. But then you're going to miss out on these awesome like mountain pass roads. You're going to be missing out on these like random fucking shrines in the middle of nowhere, like
And then mixed baths.
Oh, the mixed baths. You're going to miss out on those mixed baths. Everyone's go to Japan.
That's still a thing.
That has to be somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, if you pay enough, it'll definitely be a thing.
I thought they left that back with the Romans.
No, that'll definitely be a thing if you pay enough. Everyone wants to go to Japan. Yeah, we're all weeaboos.
Yeah, everyone wants to go to Japan.
We're all giant weeaboos. I wore my fucking New Balance 574s today. I was, feeling my Takumi in me.
I've seen boobs already, butthurt. It's touching them, and that's where the mixed bath comes in.
Red light district, boy.
I've read my share of Japanese comic books, and I know what happens in mixed baths.
Because you can't lie in Japanese comic books.
Nope.
You can't lie.
Well, Mike, when you were like actively filming stuff and helping out Orion and Haggard, what was like? Was there monetary compensation, or were you like he was like, oh, you'll get exposure for doing this, and like what was he like to work with?
The first couple of times it was like gas money and stuff, but like I also knew that there was confirmation that my stuff would be shown on a larger channel, and that would help me out in the long run. So I was like, okay. But I think the last one that I did for them, he sent me a little bit of money, a video on the channel. Like working with them, I never had any issues. I think it was just because I wasn't involved a lot with their personal things that I didn't.
Yeah, usually I'm here to do a job kind of thing.
Right. So he was, cooperative with everything that I asked them to do, and they weren't demanding or anything like that. They would ask questions. Hey, could you film that? And I was like, yeah. And it was fine. There was no conflict or anything like that. But then I started filming for Chris afterwards, and then Chris told me all the horror stories about Orion in the past and everything, and that's when
I don't think
I learned.
I don't think you filmed for Orion after that. After you started working with Chris.
No, I didn't. And when it was kind of like a this or that thing when I started working for them and filming for Tommy and Chris, because at the same time, Planet had contacted me and I had a meeting with them and they wanted me to become Haggard's filming.
To do you got cut off to do what?
What? Sorry. At the same time that Chris and Tommy wanted me to film for them, before I actually started, it had called me and I had a meeting with them and they wanted me to be Haggard's filmer. At the time, you know, they were promising me all these big, you know, crazy things and you'll travel across the US and do all crazy stuff and film all these things. And so I had kind of like a this or that. And
I think in the end you made the right decision. Because look, what you would have ended up having to drive around the nation in the back of a dually.
yeah,
Dude.
I just
And you would have likely been a part of an arson in Arizona.
yeah, that's crazy that actually happened.
An accomplice to arson.
That shit's crazy. But no, like I filmed for Tommy and Chris when I like first started filming for them. They were talking about like film for Haggard. They're gonna go downhill like very soon, and you know it, and all that stuff. And turns out, you know, they did. So I get, yeah, in the end, it was a better decision to film for Chris and Tommy. And, you know, I'm still friends with Chris and Tommy and I film videos for them when they need it and stuff like that, which is cool. So I gained friendship and made videos and traveled a bunch. And yeah, it was definitely the better choice.
So, in the Discord chat, Sadly Got Quick Release asked you how much you charge for stance edits because he's a huge contender for killing the game this season.
Let me find his name. Yeah, so in terms of price, it varies between each videographer. It just kind of boils down to what you think your stuff is worth. I get this question asked a lot. Like I get DMs from other videographers all the time asking like, how much should I charge this person? He wants this long of a video and I have to drive this and that, you know, distance to get there and all that stuff. Price varies from other people's, but for a 3-minute video, it's like, I think I charged $350 starting. And then if it driving anymore, then I'd, you know, bump it up to $370 or whatnot for gas and stuff.
And if there's nudity
if
involved,
it's any video, $3,000.
$3,000 if nudity's involved?
No, I'm kidding.
So what's actually your price if nudity's involved?
I haven't gotten that far yet because it has not happened yet. So I guess once I get the
one day you'll see boobies, right?
Yeah, one day, I guess.
He's only going to see him through a screen still.
Yeah, because he has to record the whole thing.
Yeah, that's messed
Oh
up.
no.
Oh, Ham Bubger said only 3K.
I mean, no, I think so. What would be like, you know, say somebody just, you know, they built their car, they think it's cool, and they just want like a 1-minute thing, like nothing crazy, like the lowest of the low that you would do.
Those videos, you know, they don't take a while to shoot. A lot of times they just want something quick and something they can, you know, throw on their Instagram and have it be a minute long.
Yeah, like the minutes. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like a YouTube intro thing too.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like what the stuff the Hoonigans do whenever they have a car or whatever. You know, it's parked in one place. It's almost never moving, and that's kind of it.
Right. You know, videos like that would be like $150. You know, I just have to go out there, film it. It would take me, you know, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours or so to film, and then editing would probably be like another 2 hours, and then that's it at the end of the day. So as long as it doesn't involve a lot of travel, then that would be like the base price for something like that.
I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, that's not bad. And like,
Yeah.
if I lived near you, I'd probably hire you.
I don't have anything to film
appreciate
right
that.
now, but I honestly, like, I probably
Make a bus edit.
a bus. Yeah, you want to film a
Bus
bus?
edit.
Yeah, 40-foot Bluebird.
I don't know about that.
It takes a while to walk around the thing. I feel like you'd have to charge a little more.
yeah, that'd be pretty expensive.
What do you just
Carlos-
do you just not do American edits? Is that what you're saying?
No, I do. I don't get asked a lot to do American cars. Every now and then I'll get someone to, say, film my lifted truck or something like that. And it just kind of boils down to, if he's okay with my price or if,
Yeah, it's like take it or leave it.
yeah, I don't really get asked a lot to do American stuff, but,
You're not discriminating.
no, I'm not discriminating. I'm just trying to look back on my own American cars that have asked me to film for them. A lot of times, I think they just agreed to it and then never responded afterwards. They kind of just left me on red. So
Mm.
I haven't had a lot of interaction with
They
American
ghosted
stuff
you,
other than
man.
like, yeah, man, they ghosted me. It was fucked.
No, but sadly made a good point. Everyone's trying to lowball creators. I mean, yeah, I think people don't
Yeah.
really understand how much work goes into it and how much it's worth. Like
Right.
they see like a 1-minute video and they're like, how long can that take you? How much work is that?
Right.
Like, here's 30
Yeah, like a lot of people
bucks.
do it for free.
Yeah, like, just cause it doesn't, cost you because you already own a computer and a camera to record it and edit it and whatever, it doesn't mean like you didn't spend time and effort and, skill that you've learned towards
Yeah,
it.
and that's the thing. You still need the skill.
Right.
I mean, really, you still are you should just become like a furry artist though, because those guys make fucking thousands of dollars.
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
I didn't
Who's
know.
that?
I didn't.
Who's the fucking one? I talked about it before. There's some furry artist, and his Patreon makes like 15 grand a month.
I didn't know what
That's
yiffing was
ridiculous.
until Mike explained it to me. Like about a
Mike
week
had
ago
to explain
on the
the
Discord.
thing to you.
I don't think I explained it. I remember my comment. I was like,
Someone posted the
that?
screenshot of it. No, they make over 100K. It's like almost
Yeah, that's
$200,000 a year.
People are they're degenerates.
Just drawing people's like. Well, I mean, I guess generally.
they're drawing an
It's a-
animal person.
Well, I guess
not
in the
even like-
furry
Not
community,
even a
it's
good
like
one.
a.
Not even like a Raftalia.
Who here's a furry? Someone here has to be a furry. There's like 65 people here. Come on out. Tell us how this works. Why does everyone want their shit drawn? Come on. No, but
Nope.
I think that
no takers, huh?
no takers. I am. Oh yeah, sure you are. I like hentai, but you also fuck furries. Oh
No, he's saying
macaroni.
butt fuck furries.
We've game.
Do you like that girl that lets her dog fuck her or something?
What?
You haven't seen that post on Facebook? There's like this girl who like lets her dog like fuck her. It's like super weird, but she's like totally against people telling her that it's wrong. So she like huge deal out of it, but she's like blowing up about the whole thing. It's so weird.
Well, I guess I'll look that up after this.
What, the door locked or something? I mean,
Carlos Friere in the YouTube chat says thoughts on the IS 300 Sport Cross.
S300 Sport Cross. Let me look up a picture of that real quick because
Okay, it's the wagon. It's an IS 300 wagon. They didn't make a whole.
I have seen those before. Those are pretty cool.
I think they're cool too.
Yeah, I think there was one for sale in Massachusetts not too long ago. They wanted like a ridiculous amount of money for it, but let's see.
wagons are cool. I mean, come on.
I'm pretty sure I saw a post on Instagram or on Facebook a couple days ago of someone with like a fully built 2JZ like drifting the hell out of one of these things, and it was super cool.
Yeah, they're. I guess some people don't like the styling. Like I can see it, but I think it looks neat. I like wagons though.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Divine, Marlon wants to know what your opinion is on Yan Yan.
I don't know what that is either. I literally.
Oh
I-
God.
Should I
Okay.
look?
I don't even
wanna
want-
look
I
it
don't
up.
even
It'll
want
take
to.
it'll take 7 seconds to look it up.
You guys are killing me, man.
The fuck do you even spell it?
Just look up.
Yan,
Go to
yan.
YouTube and put "hit or miss girl."
it's
That's all you have to do.
Oh, is
from
that-
the stupid meme, dude?
Well, I don't fucking know. Didn't someone say she was a boy or something?
Yeah, but that's a lie.
It's
All right. Well, it shows how much I know
First
about
of
it.
all,
first of all, coupes are better than wagons or better than SUVs. If that's actually Damien, you're a fucking idiot.
no, that's Damien with an E.
Well, you're wrong. No, coupes are cool. I just don't know
Yeah,
why. I just don't
I'm-
know why SUVs are like the next one.
And I don't know how he's making the claim that wagons are overrated. Wagons are the most underrated vehicles
Yeah,
in
that's
America.
like why they're cool now is because they're not cool.
Yeah.
It's
I
like the
never see
hipster
wagons,
bullshit.
Like,
If I would
fully
if
formed.
I would ever really do like an American muscle build, I think I'd need to get like a 60s wagon or something. Just with
Yeah.
like a fucking stupid big block in it. Just massive. Absolutely
And muscle
massive.
car wagons just look cool as fuck.
Oh, they look badass, man. That's cool.
Wagons are our car's wet dream.
Yeah, I mean,
our
well,
car's is gay.
I mean, you're also looking at a community that's mostly American, and wagons in America just have been very underrepresented. So you have these people who are super into wagons, and you can't even get them because they all come from fucking Europe or Japan
Right,
or
Because
whatever.
Americans are stupid.
I mean, I want an RS2 Avant, but I also don't have like $100,000 and whatever to buy it. I think they can finally be imported this year. Like,
yeah.
well, like
I'm pretty sure I saw a wagon today. I was like, the fuck is that? Because it from far away, it looked like those Evo wagons from Japan.
hmm
Got up close to it, and it was nowhere near it. And I was like, oh. But I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty
you're
cool.
like you got excited.
'Cause I was like 3 cars behind it in traffic, and I was like, "What is that?" And then like I pulled away, and it was like a fully rotted like Mirage or like a Galant or something. I was just disappointed.
let's see. We got Z Specs says thoughts on a 3000 GT.
Okay.
I like them, but I'd rather
I like them too.
I'd rather have an FD.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine from high school that had a 3000 GT, and he had like every single problem under the sun with that car. Like as soon as he fixed something, something else broke immediately 5 miles later. And
Yeah, they're
it's just-
super cool, but like you just can't run them.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
mean-
good looking. They're
Also-
like really good looking cars.
I also heard that you could take a fully grown adult male grizzly bear, put them in an FD, and it would still weigh less than a 3000 GT. Like those things are fucking heavy.
yeah, you're probably not wrong there.
Like, and I know FDs are actually like really light, but still,
Yeah.
like that's crazy a difference. A grizzly bear,
Right.
guys. Team Black Falcon said, you guys' opinions on RS6 Avant and E36 wagons. I mean, I'm a Euro boy, and I like wagons, so I like both of those.
E63.
E63 and RS6.
But yeah, they're both good.
Dude, the E350 wagon looks really fucking good, honestly. Like in white.
And we got the Master AE86 Hachi in here.
Ooh, baby. American Desu. I mean, I like Dodgy Bonds. Like, those are pretty cool builds. How do you feel about those, Mike?
What are they? The Dodgy Bonds?
Yeah, the Dodge
The
vans.
Dodge vans.
That, like,
Oh, yeah, no, those are pretty cool.
I like those. That's cool. I really like Stagias. Like, that's
Yes,
That's
that's what
probably,
I thought I
like-
saw today.
like the one of the few Nissans I like. And I would fucking kill for a Stagia. Those are awesome. Vans are sick. I mean, vans are all right. Opinion on Pants Truck. You gotta stop on Pants Truck, French fry.
No, Pants Truck is good.
Thoughts on RS/S4 Audis? I like Audis.
Mike,
I mean, I'm into
Mike.
the.
You
I'm in-
gotta.
I
You
see it.
You look good, dude.
Is that?
What the fuck, man?
Oh no, that's pretty good. I like it. Pants truck. There we go.
Okay, continuing.
Stop.
And there's Pants Truck showing the thong, showing that whale tail back there.
Z-Spec says if you want a wagon, get a Chevy Caprice. We already
Carlos,
answered the
we
thoughts
talked
on that.
about the Sport Cross.
Did you
it's
like
cool.
Did you like go like jerk off in the middle of this and miss that? Like So we got like 15-ish minutes left in our regularly planned schedule. So I guess now's the time that we should be thinking about the things we absolutely need to say.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think
you got,
I said my piece. I wanted to tell him about fucking putting 4chan on him, and then that he's a good fucking editor or whatever. And like that was really like on my agenda. I wanted to make that confession, get it off my chest, get this weight off my shoulders.
See, I was
No worries
just
on that end.
hoping for Mike to just throw everyone under the bus. Like this was going to be the
No,
most
Mike's not like that. I knew
drama-filled thing ever.
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah,
drop
as
at
much
the
as-
end of it.
As much as the content would be cool, like much drama involving me with like Tommy and Chris.
Dude.
Like I really had none.
Dude, I don't think you understand. Like the last one we did, because Tommy was on it, and then like the next day Tommy didn't upload a video, and on that video people were commenting like, "Hey, tell Tommy to upload. Like he needs to upload." Like, well, you think I'm like fucking in control of him or something?
Yeah, that's funny.
How about this? Show us on the waifu where Tommy touched you.
Stop. This is getting out of hand. Would you
What the-
rather film Tommy or Damien?
Tommy.
I'd rather
Tommy?
film Tommy.
Tommy has cars I'd rather film. What does Damien own
Yeah.
that I would want to film?
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Uh,
a single car he's ever owned I give a shit about.
Team Black Falcon says, you guys contacted Chris yet, and did he answer? I sent a message to Chris a while ago on Reddit, and I never got an answer back. I'd love to have Chris on the podcast, and if you guys want that, fucking spam him, I guess, on YouTube comments or whatever, and say, hey man, you should do the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast.
Maybe hit him up
we can
and see
get
if he
him
wants
on.
to do it.
Yeah, and Mike, if you wanna ask him first, I'd really appreciate it.
I mean, we can have multiple people here, like Tommy was here, so we can do whatever we want, guys. The world is
podcast for the
our
people.
oyster.
Get all three of us in here and we
Specific-
just yell at each other the whole
Oh,
time.
fuck yes. Dominic Martinico said, if Divine were to ever buy a USDM car, what would it be?
That's a good question. I need to think about that for a second, because all I ever think about is Japanese cars.
No, I
Yeah.
get that.
I'm the same. Like honestly, I'd be kind of embarrassed to drive a domestic car.
I'm trying to, I mean, as I said, like a giant wagon, muscle wagon thing.
Marauder. Oh yeah, Marauder. 100%. I'd buy Marauder.
I do kind of
Yeah.
like AMC Eagles just because they're like, why? Like, why? That's about it.
I mean, this has a Camaro. My dad had a Camaro. I guess we could say a Camaro. I mean, I'm probably never going to own one, but if it was up to me, that's the car that I just kind of know the most out of my friend group. So,
Okay, Jason Silverman said he has a really serious question for you. Are you
Okay.
more of a cake guy or a pie guy? Personally, I like nice apple pie.
Can I answer first?
Yeah.
I
Go for
like I like a nice cream pie, guys.
Ice cream pie?
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, ice cream pie. You fucking got me. No, I'm from Boston, so a Boston cream pie, definitely.
there you go. There you go.
Oh.
That's what
I don't
it's gonna
think
be.
I've just say cake. I don't know.
I'm more of a pie. Cake's too sweet.
Pie's
Yeah.
sweet. Like they're both sweet.
No, but like when you get the frosting, like if you go to a birthday party, you know, and you get the fucking corner piece, you're like, fuck.
No,
dude, it's
but that's like
like a
a
sugar
shitty fucking Stop and Shop sheet cake. Of course that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah,
are
I
just
guess-
garbage. Like a good like one you'd get from a restaurant or like a bakery, like something actually good.
There was a cake that my aunt would get from Costco. It was chocolate, and then the inside was yellow, and that was good as fuck. Was it a Boston cream pie? I don't think so.
Probably.
Yeah. They got nice yellow custard.
Boston cream pie is like
You ever have a
Let me-
Boston cream donut? It's like that.
Oh, I guess it was a Boston
but a
cream
pie.
pie. Yeah, yeah, that's actually super. I love that. I love
yeah,
that cake.
those are it's
Well,
it's a
is it a pie though?
It's called
But
a
it's a
pie.
cake.
It's a pie.
Okay, yeah, then pie. I'll stick with my first answer.
You let us Bostonians decide what it's called. Boston cream is second to Canadian maple. Is that a pie that people
Or
eat?
I think he's talking about the tree.
What about it? Boston what?
Lasagna.
I pick lasagna. I love lasagna, honestly. Oh, best donut? I prefer Boston cream.
glazed.
I like a lot of donuts. Apparently, Divine, you're supposed to be told to come to the HSF game night on Saturday for Jackbox. I think they're gonna play Jackbox games here on Saturday.
It's kind
I
of fun.
don't think that I'll be able to do that. I'm going to be in New York with.
You like? I didn't hear
you
him.
cut
Did you
off
hear him?
hard there. You said you were gonna be in New York with something.
Oh no, I'm going to be in New York with Jimmy.
Oh damn! Look at this guy name dropping.
Ooh. First name didn't say Mr. Oaks, Professor Oaks. It's just Jimmy.
James.
James. That should be it. Just call him James. Are you gonna be getting lit in New York?
Yeah, no, it's Crispy's after movie premiere, so he invited us to it, so we're gonna go.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, that sounds fun.
That'll be my weekend.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, Twig, we're kind of fucking.
I'm
We're kinda fucking
stalling, and
here.
I'm really hungry.
I'm trying to look through comments and seeing if anyone's saying anything.
Yeah, guys, we got 7 minutes down here, so let's go to like lightning round for questions. So you got questions, you type them in. I'm gonna ask them, and they're gonna be answered fast. All right.
Fast.
What's
thing
my
first.
favorite color? My favorite color would probably be the color on the Soarer, which I guess you just say dark red.
What's the actual color name? Do you know?
It's called red black iridescent. From like certain angles, it looks like a different shade of red, and like in direct sunlight, it's almost like a brownish red, and day it's like cranberry red. So it's interesting.
I like
Booped
it.
your ass.
What is your opinion on the current economic situation? I had no idea that was even going on.
Like, what are these fucking
I
Yeah,
don't know.
okay.
still
Boobs.
addicted to memes? How thick is too
Oh, yeah.
thick? How thick is too thick?
I don't know. You can never be too thick.
I think
Gay or good Shamrock Shake? I don't like them.
yay.
Yeah, I never liked
Yeah.
them.
Do you like
You
the
like
R33
Neon
Skyline, and do you
SR24?
like Midnight Purple?
Yes to both
Yes,
of them, but I
yes
would
and yes.
prefer an R34.
Is
Beanie or
Midnight
hat?
Purple your favorite color for those?
Out of GTRs, probably either that or just the I don't know too much about Skyline colors and stuff like that, but they have like a pretty vibrant blue that I like.
That's cool. What was the next one?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know
Beanie
that.
or
I know
hat?
what blue.
Is Rudnick miserable off camera? No, he's the same.
Toes or fingers? Why do we have to pick?
Wrists or ankles was like, I'm like, what?
Are we picking what we keep? Like, what is this?
I think
I've
it's
never met Grillo, and I'm glad I haven't.
Grillo seems harmless.
I want to meet Grillo.
But yeah, no, he's a harmless person. He's just like on another level of cringe to me.
I
that
need to meet Grillo. Oh, Grillo.
Upper
You
lips
can't.
on the
You just
store
can't handle
wheels
his
now.
jutsu. That's all.
Was Jimmy Oaks put out on the first date?
I think he paid for my dinner once,
Ooh.
if that
Dang,
means
he was
anything.
wanting you to put out.
Ooh. This is what happens when a gang of weebs gather around and try to host a podcast. Exactly.
Look, it looks black in that picture, Mike. I think that's that blue you're talking.
Do you like Kid Rock or Toby Keith more? These questions suck ass, guys. Where's the juicy commentary? Dude, we don't fucking work for you. Fuck off, man. We get
Yeah,
what we
No,
get.
it's
Mike's-
not that. It's not
Mike's-
that color net. It's like a. It
Favorite
was in one
pasta
of.
shape.
It was in one of the Fast and Furiouses. I can't remember.
From the Fast and the Furious. I don't remember that at all.
Anime or hentai? Hentai.
Hentai. Divine says hentai as well. Opinion
Sure,
on
I don't
X
know.
passing. I don't care about him. Tuna no
I mean,
crust.
I liked X's music, but like his decisions that he made were not good. I'm kind of like biased on the whole thing.
All right, then we got crack or metaphoria.
None.
Crack.
Crack. Real quick. Oh yeah, crack.
100% chance on crack. Thank you.
Are you gonna turbo the Civic soon? I want to. Down to help tune it, so we'll see.
CNC machining or traditional manufacturing techniques?
No, it depends on the part.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it depends on the part.
Come on. When are you doing the underglow?
I don't think I'm gonna.
Are you ever gonna do a giveaway?
I don't know. I'm not like that kind of. I guess I'm just like I want to put out more films in terms of vlogs this year. There'll probably be more vlogs than films, just because films take a lot longer to make. But like my amount of films I did last year was not enough, so I want to do more this year.
I like
Like
that. I like that they're
the big
films.
project.
I like that they're films to you. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, I think that's the right word for you to use, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people call them edits. You know, you can call them edits too. That's fine.
That's what fags call them.
No, a lot of people call them edits.
That
I
picture
used
of
to
the
call them
240s like doesn't make any sense. It looks stupid.
I don't get it. Do you want to fuck your car? Like, what are you trying to say?
No, they're looking at the body lines of the car.
What does that have to fucking do with a girl? Like, you want to
It
fuck your
doesn't.
car? Like,
yeah,
fuck
like and the
off.
coupe doesn't even follow those body lines at all. Like it,
Yeah,
No,
and it doesn't even make sense.
yeah.
They're
I
literally
do prefer
both
the
coupes.
I do prefer the boxy style of the coupe though over the
Yeah,
the hatch.
as do I.
It's supposed to say coupe is better, but I mean, who
But it doesn't
fucking
make
cares?
sense. That's the thing. Like I understand it's supposed to say coupe is better, but it doesn't match. The picture doesn't match.
Yeah. Will you rice out the Honda Civic or a Honda Civic?
Probably not.
Would you drive a Honda CRV B20 manual? These are
Yeah.
like the most.
I wanted one of those as like a daily driver.
They
but
pop
all the
up
ones-
for sale around here, not too unoften. So
Yeah, no, I think at the time when I was looking for them, the only ones that were out there were like all rot boxes and just completely gone. So I just didn't want to get them.
Lowly or furry? I mean, that's a pretty open and shut case right there. I think everyone's gonna choose lowly.
I'm gonna take or.
Yeah, or I don't.
Oh
No.
god.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, me too.
How do you feel about the commercialization of Peeps music? I mean, it was kind of like inevitable. If the artist passes away and they have music that they haven't released yet, label's gonna try and finalize
always
it so
comes
they
out.
can make some extra money.
Yeah, I do think sometimes people do it as a tribute. You know, it's
Yeah.
their work. You know, it's what they're doing in their life. But obviously,
Right.
yeah, I think a lot of the times it is very greedy, though.
Yeah, I don't know. What I would like to know is if Peep was still here, would he approve of the way his new music sounds that he had no say in because obviously he's gone? You know, music that they're making with his lyrics, or would he?
Oh man,
Would he-
he cut
would
out
he
really
what?
bad. It's a
Would he
really
what?
bad cutout.
All right, I don't know.
All right, I think we're just stalling here. It's
Yeah,
been an
we
hour
did-
and a
we-
half.
We did
Mike,
an hour and a
Talk
half.
about everything that we need to talk about.
Mike, we've had a
Yeah.
blast with you.
Thanks a lot for coming on, Mike.
You know what?
Appreciate
you know
it,
what
guys.
you know what you did for us that I really appreciate is you made
What?
us talk about Damien basically not at all, and I really
Yeah, we didn't
really
talk about
appreciate
him.
that.
The close we talked about Damien was the guy named Damien in the YouTube chat.
Like I
Right.
really appreciate that. That's number one on
Got
my
you off
plate
the
here.
Damien train for a little while.
Thank you. Everyone
Yeah.
else is probably pissed now that I reminded them that happened, but whatever.
I think we got chance. We got time for another 10 minutes.
No, no, fuck.
They get enough Damien content on Reddit as it is.
Yeah. There's enough Damien content on YouTube as it is. So,
Well, cool, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem.
Yeah, and
I'll,
if you wanna shoot Chris a message or whatever and ask him
I'll-
for us, we'd really appreciate it.
I'll see what's up. Try and get his ass on here.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
we
everyone that's listening, fucking get your little fucking
your dick beaters
tweeters
out.
in Chris's ear.
Get your
Tell
dick
him, "Hey,
beaters
do the
out.
podcast."
Steal your mom's credit card.
Get those fucking licks
Fucking
up.
Patreon
Oh,
them,
man.
and in Patreon message them. You know what to do. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh,
So yeah, Mike,
don't
it was a
forget to
pleasure.
Donate to my Patreon.
Donate to Nike's Patreon. It was a pleasure, Mike.
Patreon.com.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on here. It was cool.
So hope you
Yeah.
have a good rest of your night.
I hope you had a good time, man.
Everyone
did,
else,
yeah.
thank you for watching. Au revoir.
Peace out.
Arrivederci.
See you guys.
Alvida.